first position B minor. Okay, so nothing too crazy. And then we're going to take the first two strings, go right up the scale. So 7, 9, 10, 7, 9. But once you hit that 9 on the A, that's when the style really starts coming in. So what we have is when we hit that 9, we're going to hit it again, and we're going to hammer pull. And then hit the 9 one more time. Okay, so we're going to do that 5 times. So we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, on that 5th time, instead of picking that, we're going to move right to that 7, 9. We're going to do the exact same idea here. So we're going to hammer and pull from the 7 to the 9. Okay? And we'll do that twice. All right. Now we're going to go back to the 10 of your low E. We're going to go 10, 9, 10. So, and go shoot back to that 7 of your A. It's a really cool lick, but I think one of the things that you should really take is that it's something you could easily add to your playing, even without really playing the riff exact. It's just these little... I mean, that can add such a cool feel to something, you know, and just kind of give it a little bit of a different flavor. The same song has this little middle section, and all it's doing is using your B minor or D major scale. This is what's going to be home base here. So here we're going to start on the 7 of your G, and we're going to go 7, 6. And if you can put a little fast vibrato in there, that would really sound really nice. Right? We're gonna go back to the 7 and back to the 6. So like that. We're gonna go down to the 4 and then just walk our way right back up. Like that. Okay? We're going to repeat that 4 times. That's what he does in this little riff. So 4. Like that. Now we're gonna shift everything down. This is what makes this really cool. This is a great exercise too. You can just use this as an exercise. Now we're gonna go 6, 4, 6, 4 on our G. Okay. Then we're gonna go 7 on the D, and then work our way right back up. So now 4 on the G, and then 6 on your G. So we get this. All right, we've got that once. So we can hear what we've used so far of the scale, right? Okay. The third part of this. So we go 6, 4 on our G. Then we're going to go 7 on the D and 5 on the D back to the 7 of the D. So we have this. All right, then we're just going to walk our way back up again. So we got 4, 6 on the G to end it. So like that. Now we're going to keep moving down. We're going to go to the 5 of your D. That's a G natural. Okay, we're going to go 5, 4. right there. And then we're going to go 7 on your A, then 5 on your A, and 7. So, and then kind of, you can see the pattern here. Walk back, right back up to the 4 of your D, to the 5. Just like that. All right, we got one last spot. So this is, it's a long little thing, but then we're going to go 5, 4, 5 on your D. I'm sorry, 5, 4, 5, 4. Then we're going to go to the 7 of your A, 4 of your A, and then 5 of your A. So here's it all together. All right, so let's talk about some of the little licks sometimes you'll hear throughout some of this music, and just some simple little things that maybe you can add to your own playing. So this is going to use our B natural minor scale. Again, okay? But most of it's pentatonic. So we're going to go from the 7 of our high E, and we're going to hammer that to the 9. Okay, so, and then come right back to the 7. Then we're going to go to 10 of your B. Okay, cool. And then we're going to go from the 10, we're going to pull that off. We're going to play it again and pull it off to the 7 of your B. So now we're going to go 9, 7 on your G and pull that off. So slowly. And then we're going to go 7G, 9G, 7B, and 7G again. Slowly. All right, so let's talk about a lick. This time we're in G minor, okay? And so we're going to think of our G minor kind of like almost like really a blues scale. But we're just going to pass through the blue note. We're not going to spend a lot of time with it. So we're going to start on the 6th fret of your B string, okay? And we're going to hammer to the 8th. That's F to G. So we're going to play that 8 again. All right? And we're going to go back to that 6. So we're just kind of toggling between two notes, nothing too crazy. Put a little vibrato on that last 6. All right? Now we're going to go down to that 7 of your G, and we're going to chromatically fall 7, 6, 5. And then slide it to the 3rd fret of your G. And this is just one quick motion, though. Yeah. Now, to end the lick, we're just going to go to the 5th fret of your D and the 3rd fret of your D. So... One of the things you also hear a lot in this music is the use of the whammy bar or your tremolo arm. So I'm going to do a lick that's fairly simple, but it just gives, it's a great example of using that whammy bar to kind of get a cool sound. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to go from the 10th fret of our high E, we're going to hammer that to the 12, and slide it to the 14. When we get to the 14, we're going to use our whammy bar. Gives a nice vibrato. Now we're going to slide back down. We're just going to jump to that 12. We're going to pull off to the 10 and play the 10 then right after on the B. That's kind of the tough part. You may want to use your fingers. You could use a pick for it too. You could really view this as A major would be a good way to look at it. So we're kind of landing back on the root right there. Okay, using open strings in your lick sometimes can be such a cool way to add just a different sound and really, you know, kind of make it feel like you're not straight into your little scale patterns we're so used to sometimes playing through. All right, so this is going to be a C major thing. So what we're going to think is we're going to go 8th fret of our B string. We're going to hammer that to the 10. And we're going to come right back to the 8 of the B. But then we're going to play the open G with that second 8. So now we have 2 Gs. Right? And then we're going to slide down to the 6 of our B and hammer that to the 8. And we're going to play that G with it, kind of like a little mini strum. All right, to finish this lick, we're going to hammer a pull from the 6 to the 8. Go to 7 of our G and slide it to 5. I would probably use your 1st and 3rd for the hammer pull and then your middle finger for that slide. It will just kind of flow because we want this to flow really quickly. So sometimes I get students say that maybe a pentatonic or some scale just sounds boring. And one of the defenses I always make is that it's not the scale's fault, it's yours. So this is a great example of that. This is going to be over a D minor chord, and then we're going to go back to C, which is our key. So we're going to be thinking C major pentatonic. Like that. Now what we're going to do with it is this. See, that sounds pretty interesting. I mean, it sounds very happy, it's very majory, but it still sounds cool and it still sounds hip. So it's what he's doing with it. So let's break it down. So we're going to go to the 8th fret of our B. We're going to pull off to the 5th fret of the B. Then we're going to go to 7 of our G. Now we're going to go to 5 of our G, and we're going to hammer pull from the 5 to the 7, back to the 5. Now we're going to go to the 7 of our D to the 5 of our D. One more time, slow. Now we're going to go back to the 5 of our G, and we're going to hammer it to the 7. And then we have 3 more 7s. So that lick all together. Now, what's important here is that really the same idea is used again. We play that exactly the same the next time. And then the 3rd time, we start the same way. But instead of doing all the other and jumping up to that D note, our 7th fret of our G, we're just going to roll over when we get to that 5 of our D. We're just going to roll over to the 5 of the G and stay right there for that C note. So slowly it would sound like this, the second part. So together we get this.